Sweet. So what you guys are going to notice compared to other cold calling scripts, a lot of cold calling scripts I see, especially on fucking YouTube, so like there's so much fucking text on it, like it's honestly a fucking essay. Whereas mine, because I've done sales for years, I understand that people buy from people. So like if you're going to try repeat the same script to everyone, it's not going to fucking work. Now, the reason companies have scripts like that is because when you have 500 employees to manage, you can't rely on people having to say the right thing. Like if someone says something wrong, like the company gets in trouble. So they have to make sure every script is the same for them to follow. Hence why if anyone's worked for like a cold calling center or just like a direct sales like office, like I have before, you will know like you have to dial the phone at least 300 to 500 times a day just to get a result. If not, you get fired. Whereas us, we can dial the phone 50 times a day and get a 10 times better result because we're going to make it personal to each and every single person. So before obviously making a cold call, you want to do a little bit of research. When I say research, the only things you need to know is the owner's name. And if they have like a front of house staff member or like an admin or assistant or whatever, we want to try our hardest to find out the receptionist's name. So instead of saying, hey, it's a business owner there, like every cold caller, you can be like, hey, Daphne, it's Andre, it's Mark there. And a lot of the times, no one will like talk to the receptionist in marketing or sales. The front of house receptionist is known as what we call a gatekeeper. Now, I personally don't use that word because it kind of fucks my brain. It's like keeping the gate, what they keep from us. What I learned with having my own business compared to working for another business is that we only have ourselves to leverage, right? And the big companies will bug the fuck out of the receptionist. She'll get 100 calls a day and she'll eventually give in to one of them. Whereas what we're going to do is actually make the gatekeeper feel special. Now, a lot of the times if I've phoned before and I can't get through or whatever, and she's being very standoffishy, because again, like, I know I say she, in my experience, is mainly females. I work on like the front of house, but let's say the receptionist, right? They're literally getting paid like £18,000 a year to tell us to fuck off. That's their job, to put it bluntly and honest. So we want to make them feel special. And if I'm struggling to get through to the gatekeeper, I always say, oh, hey, Daphne, I've heard you're the expert. They're like, huh, expert? I'll be like, yeah, I read that you've been working here for like 10 years, right? Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I am the expert. Yeah, I know. And I'm making her feel good. And she's like, oh, well, actually, wait, who are you? What do you want? And I'm like, my name's Andre Crockett. I know you get this a million times a day, but I was just wondering if Derek's there. Oh, he's busy. Oh, okay, do you know when he'd be free? And because I've generally spent time with that person and like generally not made her feel like she's a piece of shit, just trying to get past her, I've made her feel like she's actually special, which she is. Like, she's a huge part to that company, and I've acknowledged that. She's going to be 10 times more likely to put me through to the owner. And this is the very important part that people don't realize. If you're going to phone someone like 5-10 times a day and you're just going to try to be pushy to get through, just know when she gives the phone to the person you need to speak to, she's not going to have a big smile on her face. She's probably not going to say the most positive things to that person either. So when a person answers the phone to you, he's already pissed off because you've pissed off his team, right? So the difference between us and a huge company for the cold callers is that we're actually going to make the front of house feel special because we generally need their help to get through to do what we do. And this has happened to me before, right? I've got on really well with the owner, but I pissed off the gatekeeper at the start. So when it comes to him making a decision, he has to now think of how his team members are going to feel with that decision. And it's lost me loads of sales before. So what I realized is, oh, okay, so this person influences the decision he makes. Let me connect with that person and make her one of my friends. So when she talks about my name, she's not saying it from like a stranger point of view. She's saying it as she was one of my friends, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind as well, guys, that I tend to do, which not a lot of people do, is that I really emphasize my surname, my last name. The reason I do this is because when I worked for the large corporations doing cold calling, they are not allowed to say their last name. They're not allowed to say anything personal. They have to stick to the script word from words. Now, for instance, we're going to be calling companies that get at least 100 calls a day sometimes, right? What we need to do is make ourselves different, and we need to really make ourselves different so they can notice we're different from the get-go. So when I call, I say my last name, like I'm the fucking president of the United States, right? Because when you say your last name, this is what I've learned in business. When people address themselves by their last name, they're usually someone fucking important. And I've obviously loads of people have the same last name, but there's always times if you say someone's last name, they know them from being Mr. or whatever, right? Their surname is. So they have authority. And I picked up on that quite early. So what I started trying and testing and using myself was saying my last name. So I'll say, hi, my name Andre Crockett. And this is what I got taught in sales doing the cold calling, is when you want something, you want to emphasize that. The prime example that I got taught at these cold calling jobs were when I want to speak to the owner, instead of saying, hi, is the owner there? I'd say, hi, is the owner about? When I'm saying about, I'm going to raise my voice. So everything I've said before, she kind of forgets about or they forget about, and they're only focused on that last thing I said, like loudly, right? So I'll be like, hi, John. Hey, John. Whatever. I'll be like, hey, is that John? Yeah, yes, it's John. Hey, John, it's Andre Crockett. Yeah. I don't suppose you got a second of you. And even though it's kind of the same in the cold calling offices, when I've said my last name with so much conviction, the person on the other end of the phone has got no choice to think, where do I know this name from? Why is he? Like if someone came up to you and phoned you and told you their last name with conviction, you would probably think, where do I know this person from? Why is he telling me the last name? Like, who the fuck says the last name like they're the president, right? Especially in cold calling, no one. So when I'm saying, hi, Andre Crockett, I always get Crockett. Oh, Crockett, where do I know you from? Oh, yeah, John's here. And you can hear when they're giving a phone number, oh, Crockett. They're just like, who the fuck's Crockett? Or who's Crockett? And they're like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I can tell the receptionist is now starting to start thinking, oh, fuck, he's got through to me. Oh, no, this is what my training was teaching me. And the owner gives the phone and they're like, what? And this is why I go off feel of the conversation. What used to work for me previously, but hasn't worked for a lot of the students, being entirely honest, is that before they get a chance to tell me they're busy, I will tell them I'm busy. So when I'm phoning and I'm like, hi, is that John? Hi, John, it's Andre Crockett here. I'm super busy, mate. Have you got a sec? Every single time they shut up, they're silent. And when I've asked people that I've done this to and they sign up as clients, because I always get feedback, right? I want to be the best of the best. So I always get feedback from everyone I speak to. They're like, you had the cheek to phone me and tell me you're busy, even though you phoned me and you asked me if I got a sec. My clients are like, genius. I don't know where you learned that from, what you done that, but it's fucking genius, my clients would say to me. And I'm like, oh, I just thought of it on the spot, because everyone used to tell me, oh, we're busy. We're busy. It's the easiest thing to say, right? When someone phones, oh, no, sorry, we're busy, goodbye. Before they can tell me they're busy, I'm like, I'm busy, you got a sec. The cheek to phone someone and say, I'm busy, have you got a sec? The cheek of it, right? And it kind of gives me authority leading in that conversation, right? Because I've emphasized my last name and I'm telling the business owner, I'm busy, mate, have you got a sec? Their mind is gone, and they used to be like, now we're busy, go away, no, we're not interested, we've got someone doing it, rah. Because I've said something completely different, they're not used to throwing them off. They don't know what to say to me now. And they're like, yeah, like, what is it? And the reason you can see this part here, guys, I'm pushing them into saying, what is it? Tell me more. I don't get it. Explain to me what this is. I want them to say to me, what is it you're selling? What is it? What does it work? What is it? Because I want them to ask me. I don't want to talk over someone. I don't want to talk at someone. I want to have a conversation. So this is a way I get rid of the negative people that generally don't want to buy anything from the phone or don't need help with sales or marketing or whatever. I'll say the reason I called is because I'm working with whatever niche. So let's just say car dealerships. The reason I called John is because I'm working the rest of the car dealerships here in the community. I just called because I want to show you exactly what I'm doing. A few things there. I'm working with the rest of the car dealerships in the community. What fucking community? There's no community. But the reason I learned to say community is because it kind of breaks people's wall down. And I learned this from door-to-door sales. It's called sheet factor. So if you knock on a door and try pitching your service, probably going to get a no straight away. But if you knock on a door and you're like, hi mate, you're right, I've been talking to Daphne over the road with a pug. Yeah, she's so funny, ain't she? Like, she's so funny. Anyway, I'm here for this. Now, because I've said I was speaking to someone else that kind of thing, they're a lot more open to hearing me and actually speaking to me, because like they don't want to feel left out, right? If someone else is doing it, yeah, well, I can do this as well, kind of thing. So you can always say, you want to try to do this? Stuff on mute. Simon, cheers, bro. Perfect. Yeah, so this is exactly what I say, right? And again, guys, I'm pushing them to ask me, well, what is it you're doing? Because I'm telling them, I want to show you exactly what I'm doing. The only thing they can say is, well, what are you doing? I want them to ask me what I'm doing, because it gives me permission to talk now. And this is another thing I learned in door-to-door sales. We don't want to talk at someone. We don't want to make them feel like they're just another number. We want permission to talk and this is what I teach all of you guys all the time. And a lot of people don't understand it at first. But when you're first starting out, or even me personally, I still do this to this exact day. I've done it today, right? I don't look at someone as I need to make a sale. I look at someone as how can I make someone my friends? What I learned back in the day from door-to-door sales is the owner will tell us to go out and make 5 friends. Don't make 5 sales, go out and just make 5 friends. Like the reasoning behind that is because when someone's your friend, the conversation just rolls and then going to be a lot more open-minded to trusting you and working with you or whatever, right? So it kind of eases the pressure instead of thinking, fuck, I've got to sell. All you got to do is have a conversation and see if you can get on with someone. That's all I want you to do, right? And when you're getting on with someone and a conversation flowing, they're like, oh, mate, what did you find again? What's this for? And you say, I'm just doing some social media stuff. In a nutshell, I'll just help you sell more cars. You open-minded to a 10-minute chat? They've already been speaking to you for 10 minutes. They're like, yeah, fuck it, sure, why not? You know? Whereas if you're just talking at someone, hey, mate, I do social media marketing. I have a marketing agency. I help car dealerships run Facebook ads. We do this, we do that, with that. Their brain is switched on from the moment you said, I have an agency. Their brain is just switched off, right? They're just waiting for you to finish. So you can be like, no, thanks, we're good, bye-bye. You know, it happens all the time. So again, guys, I'm building a relationship with people on the phone and I'm asking for permission to talk. I'm not talking at them asking for permission. So from the TOP, hey, John, I'm going to say, hey, is that John? Yes, John. Hey, John, it's Andre Crockett here. I'm super busy. I don't suppose you got a second, have you? Guys, pay attention to the tone of my voice as well when I'm talking as well. This is all like what I need you guys to do and follow along with, right? Like, yeah, like, what is it? Get to the point. Who are you? Just fucking get to the point, mate. Hurry up. What do you want? John, I'll be honest. The reason I called is because I'm working with the rest of the car dealerships here in the community. I just called because I want to show you exactly what I'm doing in more detail. Is that cool? Huh? Well, what are you doing in more detail? I don't get it. Well, are you going to tell me what you do then? Yeah, sure. So in a nutshell, John, I'm not going to lie to you. I just help you sell more cars using your social media. It takes a lot for me to explain over the phone, like I'm sure you can imagine. So John, I generally just want to show you what it is for 10 minutes. Have you got 10 minutes tomorrow at 2:30? No, we're busy then. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're busy tomorrow at 2:30. Yeah, we're always busy. Oh, okay. Majority of the time, 9 times out of 10, can you send an email? No, this is where what trips people up. When they say, I'm going to send you an email, most people are like, oh, yeah. I fucking love that objection. And this is another thing, guys, I was taught in door-to-door sales. We got taught to push people to the objections so we know how to handle them. Because if you don't really push someone to where you want to go and they give you an objection, you don't know how to handle, you're fucked, right? Whereas if I push the conversation into them telling me no for a particular reason, this is what we got taught on the door. Push them into that no, so straight away I can handle that no, and then they don't have to give me another no, right? A no isn't a no, it's just an opportunity to ask for more information. That's what was always taught, right? So I'm going to tell them in simple terms what I'm doing. Like, can I show you tomorrow for 10 minutes? No, I'm busy. Can you send an email? Oh, an email? Yeah, can you send an email? Oh my God, I'd love to send you an email. What's your best email address? Always info, admin, business, whatever. I let them talk. I'm like, no, honestly, I need your personal email. And a lot of the time, they don't give it to you. I laugh and I'm like, listen, I can send an email to info at whatever, but from my experience, John, it's probably not going to get seen by you. So can I just take your personal email? And by the way, John, if you're not interested, you can just tell me, no, I'm not interested. It's not a crime. Oh, no, it's cool. Here's my personal email, john@cardealerships.com, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Can I take your mobile number down? This is what trips people up. I don't know why it tripped me up when I first started going sales. I was just scared to ask people for their phone number. I have no idea why, but I see a lot of newbies or people new to SMA doing the same thing. So it must be something, right? So I just asked, what's your mobile number? And by the way, guys, the reason I'm asking for the mobile number is because these are business owners. Even though you've booked in the time and day, if a customer comes in, like fucking they can say to that customer, hey, no, a stranger called me on the phone, so I'm going to get to the stranger. I know you're my customer, but I'm going to speak to a stranger on the phone. They're not going to say that, are they? The customer comes in, they're going to deal with the customer, right? So I need their mobile number because if they don't show up on time, I need to call them. This is what I do personally, right? Especially when you're first starting out, this is so fucking important. If you have meetings lined up throughout the day and you don't personally call all the meetings, literally at 9 o'clock in the morning, I will call every single meeting I have. Hey, John. Hey, Andre. Hey, Josh. Hey, Les. It's Andre here. We've got a meeting coming up at this time. I just wanted to reach out personally and double check you can still make it. Guys, this happens every single day. 40% need to reschedule. 20% can't make it or don't want to make it or whatever, right? But instead of me sitting there on the phone for 15 minutes, twiddling my thumbs, like, oh, I hope they turn up and I hope they make it. I get rid of that first, right? And then it's reminding them, it's adding a personal touch. So guys, what you want to do is ring all your leads in the morning to make sure they're able to show and they're able to make it right. That's why I need the mobile number. And if something comes up on my end, I've had a meeting previously and it's taken a little bit longer than expected. I don't want to leave the business owner waiting. I'm going to get call. Hey, John, it's Andre. I'm still on this other call. You call to wait 15 minutes. You know, I don't want to leave him waiting. Hey, John, sorry, I was on another call. Yeah, so because I didn't take your mobile number or any of your details, I can't let you know. Sorry. They're not going to fucking work with someone like that, are they? So I need your personal email and I need your mobile number. Cool. So, and you're going to say, so I can send you some confirmation, right? So John, what's your personal email and your mobile number? I'm just going to pop you some confirmation over. Oh, what's this? Is that? Oh, cool. Note it down. And I'm like, oh yeah, John, I forgot to ask, sorry. Just curious. Notice how I say curious. I'm not saying, oh, just curious. Just curious. I'm just curious. Would you use more LinkedIn or Facebook? And they're going to say a lot of the time, depending on what niche, they say Facebook. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm actually building a community, like a worldwide community for everyone in the car dealership space worldwide to network. Am I cool to send you an invite? Yeah, sure. You can send. Who's the fuck's going to say no? Who's going to say no? I don't want an invite to a worldwide networking group for my exact business. Who's going to say no to that? No one, right? And this is what trips a lot of people up at the start, because we don't have online communities for other people. We're like, oh no, if we don't have a community for other people, we can't mention it. Just be honest. Say, I'm about to start an online community full of car dealerships across the world to network. Am I cool to send you an invite? Who the fuck is going to say no to that, right? And if they do, they're just not a good egg, or maybe they don't use social media. But what I'm doing here, guys, is before people get on the phone with me, I want them to see me and hear my voice every single day, because you guys will relate to this, right? YouTube. When you first watch someone on YouTube, for instance, say Iman Gatsi, when I first saw his 17-year-old high school dropout, I was thinking, who the fuck is this prick? Fuck this prick. But over time of me watching his videos, I felt like I actually knew him. Never met him before in my life, but I feel like I know him, right? From just watching his videos, hearing his voice, seeing how he acts, just getting to know him as a person. That's exactly what I do with my marketing agency. So when someone books in my calendar, if there's a gap between them booking in and the meeting, a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, you must be on crack to think these people are going to show up and love you, right? And really want to be a part of what you do. You must be on crack thinking that. So you need to set their foundations first, guys. When they book in a call, you need to find out what social media they use, when they're using it the most, right? So you can connect with that person online. And guys, look at it from my situation. Look at me as a prime example. If you guys have ever booked a call with me before or whatever, I guarantee there was a stage where you'll see my content, see my results, see my posts, hear my voice, see my personality, right? Way before you spoke to me. So a lot of the times when you guys speak to me, you feel like you already know me and you can have a conversation. A conversation just flows. That's because I've done all the hard work before you got on the call, right? Same with your marketing agency. You need to be getting all the correct information and doing things properly from the first moment you speak to that owner, so you can set yourself up correctly for the future. Because what I used to do is cold call. Yeah, they booked a meeting in 2 days. They booked a meeting, they would get a confirmation email and a reminder every 12 hours and 24 hours and an hour before. But there's nothing new. It's nothing they ain't seen before. They've just learned to ignore it and block that shit out and get on with their day, right? So I really took the time in building relationships, because again, in sales, I was taught, go make 5 friends, don't make 5 sales. So when I'm booking appointments and calling people and scheduling meetings in, I'm making that person my friends. And I like to get WhatsApp. So I use WhatsApp quite a bit with my clients, and I'll chat to them on WhatsApp. Especially, guys, if you've got no experience, no results, never done this before, what the fuck are you thinking? What do I talk to them about? If you're working with a car dealership, right? Go on Google and type in how to market my car dealership, or great ad results for car dealerships, or good marketing campaigns or great marketing campaigns for car dealerships. It's not your work. You don't have to be like, yeah, this is my work, when it's not. You can say, hey, John, I found this article online from another marketing agency. They're working with car dealerships, and in the first month, they got this kind of results. I just thought you'd appreciate seeing this. That's fucking gold right there. You're saying, hey, John, just checking in with you because I'm thinking about you. That's essentially what I'm saying. Here's another marketing agency that I'm not scared to show you, because I'm not what's it called? I'm not confident. I don't know what to say, but I'm confident enough to show you other marketing agencies without you thinking, oh, let me just go for these ones. I'm confident enough in myself to be like, look at these guys doing what I'm doing, but they're getting great results, right? I'm not scared to show people that, because it's true, it's out there. It's not hard to find. So I'm saying, look, John, I'm thinking about you. I also thought about I'm thinking about your results that I'm going to get you. And John, here's another person in your exact business, in your exact industry, doing exactly what I want to do for you, and they're getting crazy results. You know, I'm just planting the seed. I'm showing, yeah, John, I'm thinking about you. This is what they done. And the back of his mind, he's thinking, well, that car dealership done it. I can do it, right? And guys, you can relate to this. No one wants to be compared to anyone else. For instance, if I was like, yeah, boys, you boys are all the same. You've got the same skill set. You might nod and agree to my face, like, yeah, I knew. When you get off that call, you're going to be like, fuck Andre, you little prick. Like, well, I ain't the same as these boys. You think I'm the same as these boys? I'm better than this way. I do this. My work ethic. I'm a youngest in charge. Grind when I say, all right, you're going to have so many opinions about yourself to say why you're better, right? We're human. So it's natural. So I want to draw that out. And before I get on the call, they're already fired up. They're already excited because they've seen what I do at working. They've seen me. They've heard my voice. They've seen my results, right? And again, if you're just starting out, yeah, I've got no results, be honest and say, look, these guys are doing exactly what you want to do and they're fucking killing it. Imagine what happens when we're going to do this. You don't need to say, yeah, I've got results. So you don't need to say any of that shit because no one cares. No one cares. People buy from people. No one cares about your screenshots, right? So again, guys, this is a little side tangent, but if you're just starting out and you want to get a media buyer, I promise you, just go and fucking speak to people. You'll get a better result in a quicker time as well. But anyway, back to the script, right? So I've asked someone what social media they'd use more. They told me to use Facebook. I've said, so John, I'm starting a community on Facebook to help all of the car dealership owners worldwide network. Am I cool to send you an invite? Yeah, you can send me an invite. Oh, okay, perfect. What's your name on Facebook? John Smith. Okay, John Smith. Cool, John, I've just sent you a friend request. Can you accept it? Accept it. Okay, cool. I've just sent you an invite to the group. You cool to accept it now? Bang, bang, bang. Accept it. Okay, cool, John. So this is the part now. I've even written here, guys, and then funnel drip them into your content. So again, when they're on your social media or on your community, they're going to see you every day and you're drip feeding them content to make them trust you and be able to relate with you. But before I hang up the phone and say, yeah, John, thanks for your time. See you Tuesday. Bye. I'm going to repeat everything back to him. So I'm going to say like, so John, just to double check, your email's this, your mobile number's that, yeah? Okay, cool. And just to double check as well, Tuesday, 10:30, you're free, yeah? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. And other than that, John, is there anything you think I should know? This is a really good question as well, guys. People are scared to ask. When they get, me personally, I'm speaking from experience, by the way. When I first got that first meeting booked, I hanged up the phone so quickly. I was like, I've done it. I've made it. I phoned my mentor, Marcus. I was like, yo, bro, I booked my first meeting. He's like, oh, when did you book him in for? I was like, at 2 o'clock. He was like, oh, did you get the email address? I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, no, bro, I got too excited and hung up. He was like, I've done the same thing. So guys, repeat all the information back to him, show them you listened, you actually give a fuck. And then say, okay, so John, is there anything I need to know? Is there anything you think I should know? And you're going to make them think, is there anything I should tell him? Oh yeah, we tried this, we tried that, we've done this, we've done that. And what I'm doing now, guys, is I'm leaving him room to build rapport with that person because I've got what I wanted now, the job's done, but let me just build some rapport to make sure like they actually sign up. I don't have to handle all these objections on the call, make them like me and trust me. Let me just do the hard work now. That's what I was always taught with sales. So I'm giving them opportunity to find some common ground with me and just have a chat, you know, because people buy from people, right? And if you try to sell something to a stranger on the street or try to sell something to your friend's probably going to take it more than the stranger, right? Because they like you and trust you, hopefully anyway. So that's essentially what I'm doing here, guys, as well. And I kind of brushed over it a little bit earlier. When someone says, oh, can you email me? This is the best objection you could possibly have, guys. It's the hands down the best objection because it works so well, right? So imagine someone's like, oh, I'm super busy. No, I can't make it. Can you email me? I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'd love to email you. Okay, what's your email address? To give me the email address. I'm like, okay, perfect, John. So what do you want to see on the email? What is it you want to see on the email? And I'm asking them, what do you want to see? What information do you want? Because most people are like, yeah, I'll send you an email. I'm going to send them a marketing plan or a Loom video. I'm going to send this and that. You haven't even asked what they want to see. How the fuck do you know they want to see this shit? They might just want to see like some easy shit. They probably don't care about results. They might just want to see you like being human. They might want to know your story. I don't know what they want to see, right? I don't know what the objection is. So I'm going to ask him, okay, perfect, John. Like, what do you want to see on the email? Oh, I want to see how you got started your previous results. Oh, okay, well, John, I got started 3 years ago because of this, and this. And I've worked with I've handled the objection there and then. Is there anything else you want to see on the email? You can say it. You handle the objection there and you say, okay, so is there anything else you want to see on the email? I know I've just basically given the information now, but is there anything else you want to know? And he knows, like, so he's asked for the information, you gave it to him, and he said, is there anything else you want to see on the email? No, that's all I wanted to know. Oh, perfect. Well, I've just told you that. Do you want me to show you exactly how I've done it in tomorrow? And again, I'm pushing back on the objection. I'm pushing back. And this is another thing that I got taught in door-to-door sales, guys, right? For instance, in this scenario, we've asked someone to book a meeting. They gave us an objection. They haven't said no. They've asked us to send an email, right? They're asking for more information. That's all they're doing, right? So now I've handled that objection. I've gave them that information they wanted. Now, if I was just to stay quiet and just hope they would say, oh yeah, okay. Okay, you phoned for Tuesday at 2:30. Yeah, sure. Life's not that fucking easy, nor is it that simple. So I've handled the objection. I've gave them the information I want. Now I need to reclose. So I said, okay, John, yeah, sure. Like, what do you want to see in the email? Oh, I want to see how you got started and what you do. Okay, well, I got started 3 years ago, and this is the experience I had. And yeah, this is like what kind of results you should expect. So John, yeah, tomorrow at 2:30, does that sound good? I'm asking him again, I'm pushing him again, right? And he's like, oh, can you put it on an email? Yeah, absolutely. And just double check, it's effing on that email you want to see. Yeah, that's effing. Okay, perfect. So John, I'm quite busy now, as you can imagine, like I said, but I'm going to sort the email out later in the evening, probably about 5, 6. Probably not going to have time to read it actually in the evening, are you? No, I'll go home. Rah, rah. They're always going to say no. Sometimes I might say yes. So I'm like, okay, like, when roughly would you even have time to read it? Just so I know it's not going to be a waste of time. I'll be honest, Andre, I normally check my emails at 9 o'clock or, tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh, okay, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Perfect. Well, what I do is I'll send you the email at 5 o'clock, like I said, and then I'm going to call you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock just to get some feedback on the email, yeah? I'm not asking him, John, can I call you back tomorrow so I can get some feedback on the email? Is that all right? I'm not asking him. I'm telling him, John, I'm going to phone you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock so I can get some feedback, okay? Now, I'm saying it as a rhetorical question. I'm telling him, I'm calling you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, so I'm going to get some more feedback. And this is sales. This is what I learned at door to door. We're not being pushy. We're not being pushy whatsoever. We're taking authority and we're leading the conversation. This is what makes a salesperson, right? A lot of people sales it's sleazy, and you say these magic words at this magic tone, and they're gonna fall to their knees and buy anything from you. It's not fucking like that whatsoever. People buy from people, right? But if I was just to ring them up and hope everything falls into place, I'll be smoking fucking crack. So I need to push the conversation how I want it to go, right? So every time I get a no, it's not a no, they're just asking for more information. I'm going to handle that information there, and then I'm going to reclose, right? And that's how we do it. And this is what happens a lot of the time. They ask for an email, they ask me to send me an email. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll send you an email. What do you want to see? Tell me what you want to see, I handle it there and then. And then I say, oh, like when I send you an email, you can even have time to read it. So I know it's not going to be a waste of time. They say, no, I always check my email at this time or whatever. You ask them what time would you even have time to read it. So I know it's not a waste of time. When they tell you that time, be like, okay, cool, John. So I'm going to phone you back tomorrow at this time. As you said, you have 5 minutes spare to check your emails. And I'm just going to get some feedback for the email, okay? If they say no, obviously it's going to be a no. I'm not going to call them. But if they don't say anything other than no, I'm calling you tomorrow at 9 o'clock when I've said I'm a man of my word, right? And 95% of the time, I always get the, okay, it's always, I always hear the sigh. I'm always like, I just wait for that. Because again, this is what I learned in sales. And I learned this from Alex Mosey by watching his videos, right? I never spoke to the guy in person. What I learned from his videos and him as a person in sales is if you never hear that, or if you state a price and they don't go, if there's nothing like that, you are not in sales. If someone just says, yeah, all right, that's not a fucking sale. That's you working in customer service. That's luck. That's you being in the right place at the right time. Obviously, you've done a fuck ton of outreach and a fuck ton of meetings to put yourself in that scenario, not taking any credit away from you. But if they just said, yeah, all right, you're not in fucking sales. That's not sales, So what I've learned in sales is when I tell you the price, if you're not like, I know next call, I'm fucking upping that price. And I've done this with my marketing agency. I went as high until I heard someone like, oh, what the fuck? That price? What? No. And that from that point on, I knew, I'm getting round to the point. And I pushed it a little bit up, and then I found the price that I can work at, right? And I'll say a higher price. I'll talk to you guys at a later stage in this. Alex Mosey calls it anchoring, right? And essentially, imagine an anchor in your mind, guys. The anchor from the boat goes all the way into the water, right? It starts from up here and it goes all the way down to the bottom, right? It's the same with fucking sales, right? So we're going to give them the price here to make it easy and simple for you guys. Next time you go into the supermarket and you're buying toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever, half price, 2 for 1. Do you honestly think that toothpaste is 2 for 1, or it used to be this price? No, it's fucking marketing. It's marketing, right? So I'm telling you it's this price. I'm shutting the fuck up because I'm going to let you think it's this price, and I'm going to carry on with the conversation. So even though we're having a conversation, in the back of your mind, you're thinking 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand. And over time, you're like trying to justify in your mind how you can spend 10 grand. And you got to near the end of the call and you're like, right, okay, 10 grand. Can I do this? Can I not? Can I do this? Can I not? I'm like, oh, and by the way, guys, as I said, the price is going to be 10 grand, but as I've generally had to take time out my day, because I'm sure you can imagine if I want to get started straight away, because why wouldn't they? Yeah, because I've had to take time out of my day to schedule in. I'll happily do it for this price if we can get started now, so don't waste my time. That makes that to a business owner, they're like, that makes so much sense. Yes. And a lot of people, when I've told this before, they're like, oh no, I can't say that, it's too salesy. Fucking use your brain. Use your brain. You're speaking to a business owner. Do you think the business owner is going to be like, oh, that sounds really salesy to me? No. It's a fucking business owner. He's probably had to do the same shit you're doing. He knows the situation. He understands the score. And if he's got on a first call with you and then he's got off that call and booked in another call, do you really think he's like, oh yeah, this isn't a sales call, this is just a friendly conversation? No, he clearly fucking knows, or they clearly fucking know that you're going to sell to them. They're a business owner, they're not fucking stupid. So get to the point. If it sounds salesy, good, it's a fucking sale. That's what it's meant to be, right? So for all the new starters, you're like, oh, I can't say this, it sounds too salesy. Well, fucking obviously it's sales. Obviously it's gonna sound salesy. If it sounds cringy, if it sounds like you shouldn't say it, it's your first time doing it. It's how it's meant to be, right? But anyway, back onto the cold calling script. I've given you the script, right? Now, let's read this here. Need to be dialing the phone 100 times per day. I swear to God, I fucking swear to God. Any of you fuckers on here, you have more than, say if you have the day off, right? If you don't have a job or whatever, if you have a job, fair enough, like I'll let you off. Like that's generally is tough, it's fucking tough. But if you don't have a job, you're at college, university, whatever, more to the point, if you have a full fucking day, you have no work, no college, no uni. If you have one fucking day a week and you don't dial the phone 100 times, go back to your fucking job. There's no fucking excuse. I hear so many people, oh, I felt demotivated. Oh, I felt tired. Andre, I'm not really feeling motivated today. Go back to your fucking job. Go back to your job. Like, this is what I tell all the guys. And it's quite fucking savage and it's a little bit deep, but everyone can relate to this. Every single person here can relate to this because we've all come from the same place, literally. Did your mum, when she was having you as a baby, did she sit there and be like, oh, I'm demotivated, I'm not going to have this baby? No, your mum sacrificed her whole fucking life to make sure you are where you are now. And what? You can't fucking dial the phone 100 times and try to put some food on your mum's table. Anyone who comes to me with any excuses, you're tired, you're hungry, or I work late, I'm tired, I don't feel motivated, get fucked. Get fucked. Imagine how your mum would feel. Imagine how your mum would feel knowing her son's a failure. Oh, my son didn't do the hard work because he felt demotivated. Are you fucking stupid? And again, the reason I'm like this is because I grew up with my grandparents, right? My mum's single mum at the time, always working. So I spent a lot of time with my nan and granddad. My nan lived through the fucking war. When she was trying to get education, alarm would go off. She would sprint to the fucking the gas mask. She'd be whacking that gas mask on. She'd be fucking jumping under that table, her hands in her head, literally telling me, Andre, I was just glad I was alive. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. What? And you boys are fucking demotivated. Suck my fucking dick. Like, I know it's deep. I know it's a little bit rude and nasty to some of you lot, but anyone here was like, you're fucking demotivated, you're tired, you're depressed or whatever. Imagine how your grandparents feel when now fucking just trying to keep their head underneath the table just to get an education. Imagine you going to your grandparents and be like, yeah, I never started this business. And because our grandma, I was just demotivated. I was just tired. You fucking pussy, you fucking prick. Imagine how your parents are going to look at you. Imagine how your parents are going to talk to their friends. Yeah, my son's still living at home. He's 30. Yeah. He tried. Yeah, he tried. You know, he's 30. He's still living at home. He tried. No, my mum will say, my son's a fucking G, mate. My son quit his job in a global pandemic, got himself out of the situation he was in, started helping me pay my own fucking mortgage, made sure that I don't have to worry about bills, made sure I don't have to worry about food in the cupboard, made sure his sister's sweet, made sure his stepdad's sweet because he's accident at work. He made sure his whole family was sweet and he took care of himself. That's what my mum says when her friends are like, oh, how Andre's doing. My mum talks very fucking highly of me because I've fucking done a lot of hard work. And I have so many people every day. Yo, bro, I want to be like you. How do I do what you do? They spend one fucking day with me. They don't come back. Why? Because I can't fucking do the hard work. Oh shit, I've got to get up at 4 a.m. and do some work. Oh, I'm tired. I went to bed late. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm tired of this. And they realize how, yeah, cool, you see me making 10, 20, 30 grand a month. But when you understand the work I put in, you're never going to make as much money as me if you can't work like me. And just to be straight as well with you guys, in the entrepreneur space, especially SMA, there's this saying, work harder, work smarter, right? And loads of people are like, oh, you have to work smarter, rah, rah, rah. The way my auntie explains to me, very old school method of explaining it. My family love tennis. I'm named after a tennis player for anyone that doesn't know, Andre Agassi. But my point is, my auntie, I wanted to be good at tennis, right? My auntie was like, well, you're gonna have to work hard, aren't you? and this is something that's stored in me from young, right? Marty said, if you want to be smart at something and you want to be skilled at something, you have to work very hard to get to that point. It's like, I couldn't just pick up a tennis racket and be sick like Andre Agassi. No, he had to practice every day, time and time again, right? Any skill anyone's learned, the amount of practice and effort and hours I got into it, right? Now I can work smarter. I can go out and hire 10 fucking people to do the shit I don't want to do because I've fucking done it. I know exactly how everything works. I've been in the trenches for fuck knows how long, right? So now I can work smarter. So for you guys, when you're hearing the term, yeah, work smarter, be more efficient, just fucking understand that you have got to put a lot of fucking hard work to get into that person's place where they feel like privileged to say, yeah, work smarter. You know, it's not fucking that realistic. And all the entrepreneurs say this, and I think Charlie Morgan, I really fuck with his videos. Anyone doesn't know Charlie Morgan, I don't know him personally. I don't have any affiliation with him. I just fuck with his content because I think he's a real G. He's so fucking honest. And he was like, the first 3-6 months of business, the only thing you have to do is fucking work. You get up at 4, you work, you go to bed at 12, 1 in the morning. Who gives a fuck? You have to work. Nowadays, I can wake up at 2 in the fucking afternoon. I could wake up, drink a beer. I don't personally drink, but I could wake up, drink beer, maybe smoke some weed, fuck some bitches, whatever, right? I could do that. It wouldn't matter to me, right? But could I do that when I was first starting out my business? Fuck no. Fuck no, I had to work harder than anyone else. I used to watch a lot of Elon Musk. I still do, to be fair. But he had this video, you can find it on YouTube. It's like Elon Musk work rate, something like motivational speech, some bullshit like that, right? He said he didn't even fucking have a house. He had an office. He used to sleep on a sofa, wake up back on a computer. I used to like code at night and build the website system throughout the day and then sleep when he could, right? Now he's like one of the richest guys on earth. Did he wake up like that? Fuck no. He worked more than most people, 10 times more than the average person, 10 times more than a 1% to get where he is now, right? And now you can probably chill on a fucking yacht with Jeff Bezos that I saw in the picture of him the other day. Why? Because he's done hard work. You don't need to do that shit again. He can now work smarter. But you guys have to work very fucking hard, especially now, today. It's the 6th of December. Christmas is 5 days, 5 days away. It's like 20 days away, 19 days away, whatever, right? By Friday, all of you guys are going to hear the excuse, yeah, phone me back after New Year, phone me back after New Year, phone me back after New Year, phone me back on New Year, right? And a lot of you are going to come to me, oh, they said phone me back after New Year, what do I do? What you guys need to do is shut the fuck up, grow a pair of balls, and this is what I will say. If someone says to you 100 times, now call me back after Christmas, I'm like, oh, okay, there's something definitely wrong. But if 10, 20 people, this is way more than whatever people say, because people come up to me, oh, this doesn't work. When I break it down, they share your screen. Oh, so you tried it 3 times and it didn't work. Yeah, I tried it 3 times. Fucking retard. Like, do you think what? You think life's that simple? No. You know, especially with sales. Again, I know I sound like a broken record to people, but I was taught in sales, if you want 10 people to say yes to you, you need to have 90 people say no to your face. You need to get rejected 90 times. I used to hate getting rejected 1 time. It used to break me. Try getting rejected 90 times in a row. That's fucking savage. But when you get the yes, you're like, oh, this shit is worth it, right? So guys, if you have the time, dial the phone a fucking 100 times a day. If you only have an hour spare, you have an hour spare. You only have a couple hours spare, you have an account spare. I get it, right? I'm human. I'm not a dickhead. But guys, I swear to God, if I know you guys have the whole day and then check back on you the next day and you haven't dialed the phone 100 times, you are fucking getting the fuck out, doing hard work, and then you can come speak to me. Because I can't, like, there's no excuse for not putting in the work, right? I don't care if you're motivated, tired, or whatever. This is nothing as well. I think Charlie said this. I don't quote me word for word how he said it. I'm probably going to say it wrong, but this is my opinion. You have to be cold. I think he used the term like emotionless, and he said, don't not be a human and like mug people off and scam people or whatever he's saying. But business makes you cold, straight up. I don't really have feelings anymore. Like, I don't know, a bad scenario could happen and I doubt I'm probably going to cry. Like, clients leave, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've lost so many clients throughout the years, I'm numb to it, right? You know, business makes you cold. And if you get rejected 10 times and you feel upset, you better get fucking used to it, you know? You just have to be a little bit shallow with your feelings. Like, the way I mean it is, if you're tired, no one gives a fuck. You're hungry, no one gives a fuck. You're home from work late, no one gives a fuck. You don't feel motivated, motivation lasts 2 minutes a day anyway. No one gives a fuck. You know, and this is another thing as well, motivation. People are like, I need to be motivated. How do I get myself motivated? You don't. You're human, not a fucking robot. You have emotions, right? So like, you're going to be motivated for 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. You're going to do what I do. I used to watch LDR8 videos in the morning to hype myself up. I was hyped for 2 minutes. Someone said no to me. I was like, fuck this shit. don't work. And I let all these emotions get in my way, right? So just be emotionless, just be a shallow cunt, right? And don't mug any people off or be nasty to people. But you have any type of feelings, think, I don't give a fuck. Cool. So that's that. Now, as I said here, guys, this is simple. This is the framework. I want you to stick to it. Hundreds amount of people, not going to mention any names, but those people, they look at my scripts, whatever, and they go, well, I think I should do it like this. I'm like, okay, cool. Look, what do you think? Well, considering I've done this for 4 years and you've never done it at all, let me think. What do I think? You know, and guys, what I'm making to this, you guys are going to do this a few times and you're going to come back to me without a doubt, 9 times out of 10. Oh, I think it's better this way. That's cool. I get it. But I've been doing this so fucking long now. I know what works and know what doesn't work, right? If I tell you to do something, instead of looking at it like, oh, I think this will do this and this will do this, and it failing, and you coming back, oh, it doesn't work. Just, if I tell you to do something, fucking do it. A prime example, I'm not going to say that a gender or whatever, because they'll probably know this, but a young person, right? I gave them my code, my hourly script for LinkedIn. The script visually looks long. Like if you send it in a DM and you have it, you're on your phone, it looks like a fucking paragraph from your ex-girlfriend, right? That's what it looks like. And she was like, oh, I fucked it up in a bit now, but they were like, oh, this looks too long. I don't think it'll work. X, Y, Z. Didn't fucking paste my script, right? I remember months and months went by, not getting results, thinking, fuck, what's going on? I'm gonna have to refund this person. When I actually broke everything down, I looked at her, I was like, oh, I get it now. You haven't actually listened to anything anyone had to say. You thought you could do it yourself. Yeah, well, I thought it would be better like this. I'm like, okay, cool. How are the results? Oh, I haven't signed a client yet. I'm like, no fucking wonder. Like, this is the thing, guys. You think you know how to do something. That's great. Well, the reason you're here is because you want to skip all that bullshit, right? So if someone tells you to do something, just fucking do it, man. Who gives a fuck? Just do it and see what happens, right? That's my best advice to you, right? So if I give you my script, use it. Don't think I know what's better. If you have an idea, fuck it, run with it, do it, try it, whatever. I'm not saying that. But like, if you're going to ask me for my advice to tell you to do something, and you're like, oh, I think I could do it better this way. Good fucking for you, mate. Have fun on your own. I hope it works out for you, right? You know, but anyway, moving on. So this is my framework, guys. Please fucking stick to it. Now, what I've written here, guys, in red writing, the conversation will flow differently with different people, which is important, right? So just stick to the framework and don't be scared to make friends with people on the phone. Going back to what I said earlier, you're just here to make friends. And to be specific, is this part here, all right? Let them know in simple terms what you do. Each person is probably going to change a lot. Hey, John, in a nutshell, I help car dealerships get more customers. If you guys are working with them, whatever niche you are, the reason I haven't put it where from is because everyone's got different niches, different offers, different things, right? Tell them in simple terms. And this is another thing I was taught in SMA sales. If a 12-year-old can't understand what you're talking about, it's not simple enough. So it needs to be so simple, a 12-year-old can fucking understand it word for word, right? So if you're trying to explain something, and this is what happens a lot when people are just starting out, they think they have to know everything about this service on Facebook ads and they can't call anyone because they're not an expert on Facebook ads. It's fucking dumb, right? People don't care about the service or anything or the way of getting it. They just want to know simply what it is. I help get more customers with social media. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's have a chat about it. If they're not looking for more customers, or if they don't like social media, they're going to say no. If they want more customers and they've got social media or they're open-minded to doing it, they're going to say yes. Literally that simple, right? So guys, again, just to reframe, conversation will flow differently with different people, which is important. So just stick to the framework and don't be scared to make friends with people on the phone, all right? Now, this is a part that's, I mean, someone with clients can only say, if you don't have clients, then just skip this part. It makes no, right. It makes a huge difference, but when you're first starting out, it's nothing to trip over. But when you get to my stage and you do this, my fucking God, it's fucking sick. It's so sick, guys. It's fucking lit. It's the best feeling ever, right? So name dropping your clients works crazy. And you can also say how long you've been working for. For instance, in my situation, right? When I was cold calling and I got a few clients, this is why I picked up a door-to-door sales sheet factor, right? So I'm calling someone, not saying, hey, I'm like, hey, John, you're right. It's Andre here. I'm the one working with Josh Dixon. You got a sec? Even if they don't know your clients, they don't know your client. They're like, who, what, huh? And I'm like, yeah, my client Josh, I've been working with him for 6 months now. The results have been crazy. I just wanted to show you what it is. Even if they don't know that person, the fact you're mentioning someone's whole name and the name of their business and same result you got, you can't lie about that shit. You can literally go on Google, type in that name and find out that person, right? A lot of people do. And if people are like, oh, I don't know who that is, I'll just Google it. You in front of the computer? Yeah, I am. Google it. Oh, this guy, they don't even know who it is. Yeah, cool. but it's sheet factor. You're hearing this word FOMO, fear of missing out. All right. People don't want to feel like they're missing out. If you've been speaking to their next door neighbor in a business idea that they have a business down the road, and you say, yeah, I spoke to John from this tire repair shop, whatever, John repairs, they're going to be well more open-minded to speaking with you and hearing you out, because if their friend's done it or someone they know is listening to you, then yeah, sure, I can listen to you as well, right? But if you're like, yeah, everyone's been hanging up on me today, you've got a sec, you're probably going to get hung up as well, right? So yeah, guys, if you have a client, name drop the client and name drop how long you've been working with them. And if you've only been working with them for a day, a week, a month, whatever, say that. Yeah, I've been working with John for a couple of days now. I thought I'll give you guys a call as well. It's fucking golden right there. And guys, that is my cold calling lesson for today. Where do I find this doc? I will show you guys. Let me share my desktop so you can see everything. So desktop. So guys, hide this fucking tab out of the way. Move. There we go. Perfect. So guys, in our Google Drive folder. So if you go over to our Google Drive folder, all links are in the chat. If we go to our Google Drive folder, we're going to go over to week 2, which is the appointment setting side. Once it loads. Cool, once loading, we're going to go to week 2. We're going to go over to appointment setting. And then we're going to go over to cold calling, which I believe is here. Cool, perfect. And I just noticed, did I close that tab? Oh, for fuck's sake, I closed this tab down. But yeah, do you guys get the point? The document, as you saw, was there. And all the videos of me explaining it and doing it is all there for you guys as well. But yeah, guys, I got 7 minutes for a Q&A before my next sales call. So what are your questions? You'll be able to drop the recording in Discord, of course. That's what I mean. Was it 10? So it's all good, G. That recording will be in the Discord. Guys, any more questions? If no one asks me any questions, I swear to God, if you don't go out and ace this, can you make sure I'm added to the Google Drive? Yes, I will. I'm gonna DM you the link right now, Jake. Discord. Jake, can you DM me on Discord so your message goes straight to the top, so I haven't got to read through all these messages?
Yeah, I'll add you on Discord and I'll DM you.
Okay.
I guess I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said like something about inviting people to your group or whatever on the cold call. Was that something I was I read that you're telling them I will add you to the group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So is that something I should get on? Just creating a group like that, I guess?
Yeah, because at the moment, like, you're going through groups to find clients, aren't you? So imagine if you had your own group with thousands of people, like, you would never need to look for clients again.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
And this is
right, I guess.
This is part of the inbound leads strategy we have as well. So over time, like in the first month or 2, you're not going to see much from it, but in a year's time, the amount of inbound leads you're going to get is insane.
Okay.
I'll find a doc on a Google Drive. I'll post it straight to G. Where is it in? Why is it not loading now? Cool. So yeah, downloading as we speak onto Drive for you lovely people. Inside the house. Cool, guys. Any more questions? Let me check the chat. Cool, guys. Any more questions? For everyone as well, when you're going onto the call script, if you can hit file and make a copy, and then feel free to have that as your own. Don't be fucking about with mine, please. So I'll download it on here, and then again, guys, just hit file, make a copy, and then you have your own copy. All right. Cool. Take that as a yes. Where was it? Boom, bang. Yeah, cool, guys. All there for you now. Week 2 appointment setting, cold calling, and the doc will be on there as a PDF for you guys. Stop recording now so I can start processing.